For this repair, you will need a star bit screwdriver, a triangle tip screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, a heat gun, and removal tool. What's up, y'all? We back here again. This week, I'm bringing to you a iPhone 7 Plus screen repair with a battery replacement. Um, the user wanted the black screen, so that's why you have the black with the white button. But for this one, I would have shown y'all the actual image of the screen before we started, but it wouldn't come on because of the battery. So when you're replacing the screen, the first thing, anytime you're doing a repair to the device, the first thing you want to do is unplug the batteries, which I just did. You always want to unplug the battery because it releases the charges from the battery and it won't overshock, or it won't overdo the power or shock the motherboard or any type of devices or parts on the device. Basically, it won't send an extra charge to it. So, a little at-home tip for people that are not used to doing removing batteries. This is my first time removing a battery. I did some research. The best thing to use is either a fingernail polish remover or alcohol. At the time, I was pretty broke, so yeah, I had to go with my little sister fingernail polish remover. Shout out my little sister. But I used the card to help the flow of the fingernail polish, and then once it gets underneath there, wiggle around a little bit so it could start to tear down the adhesive that's underneath it. But you see right here, it's getting it pretty easy. You know, see it's coming up pretty easy. Uh-oh. Yeah, take out time when y'all do it too. Y'all won't be like me, car flying all over the place. Fingers be all cut up from moving too fast. And this video is fast forward a little bit too, so I'm not actually moving this fast in real life. I ain't that good, but it's pretty easy. As you can see right here, that's all the adhesive that's underneath it. So if you don't want to use the adhesive at the bottom of the battery, there are adhesive flaps, and you can take tweezers for this and lift up the adhesive that's at the bottom, and you'll see like a little hook. You can basically squeeze your tweezers and twist and pull. Kind of use that method. And every little bit that you twist, that you pull, twist some more so you can catch on to it a lot better. And essentially, it's gonna pull out from underneath the battery as I'm pulling right now. But yep, that's how you remove a battery. It's that easy. Well, not too easy, but because you want to be delicate with the phone and not mess up anything. But it's yeah, 1, 2, 3 type of step. So after I did that, I cleaned out the little bit of fingernail polish remover and stuff. Just make sure it doesn't get on any more parts, anything. And here go a blooper at the end, y'all. I can see it right now, but y'all don't think y'all can see it. But it's gonna drive me crazy at the end. And right here goes our new battery. Got it shipped in. Took a couple days to get in, but we here. And there goes the new adhesive that you're gonna lay underneath the battery to make sure it stays in place. If you don't put enough adhesive to the battery, especially if you're milling out stuff, the battery sometimes can get loose from all the moving around within transporting and things of that nature. Or some people do still drop their phones and stuff like that. You don't want that battery to get loose, because every time the phone vibrates and stuff, it can just cause problems. Cord can get loose, phone won't be able to boot properly and things of that nature. So you always want to make sure that your battery is strapped down pretty well. And line it up good too, because once you put that battery on that adhesive, oh boy, it ain't coming up until you until you tear it apart again, and you don't want to tear apart a new battery. So now that my battery's in there, I'm just putting all my parts back together, make sure that's the right piece, the covering and all that good stuff. Just trying to be precautious. And now, but I do the good part, which is taking apart the screen. Me personally, I like to get that back cover off. But in order to get the back cover off, I start with taking apart the camera at the top, because the home button and the camera at the top have screws that connect to it that cover that back part. But it doesn't really matter for real. I was a little novice in this video, so I went around the back part first, the back, getting out the back piece first. As you see, I was like, can't take this off without taking this off. So I want to go take the home button off. Yo, the trickiest thing about replacing these screens is that daggone home button. I almost cursed off because look, I can't tell you how many times I done went through a home button because these little home buttons is so delicate, and I'm like passionate about this one. For this one, I think that was my Phillips head. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked. On the side of the screens, I used the star bit screwdriver, and up here at the top, I'm using the Phillips head. But going back to these home buttons that Apple make is like crazy. I'm sorry, my phone. Please, Drake, don't sue me. But my phone just did something stupid. But yeah, these home buttons is like delicate. Apple made the most delicate parts to their phones. I don't know why they're doing that. I guess they like, since you're gonna make money and repair off of us, we're gonna make it hard for y'all. Ha ha ha. Right here, I'm just like using a little power tool. Like I said. Oh, and when you're taking apart the home button and the camera, make sure, hear me out. Make sure you put heat to the home button and to the front camera on the actual side of the glass. Don't do a direct heat to the cord. Do it on the opposite side. Reason being, there is adhesive underneath the camera and the home button, especially the home button. But there's adhesive underneath there, and if you try to pry it off or peel it off without putting the heat on it, it will rip the cords. It will rip it. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want no rip cord, because then you got to order a new part or waste a part, and you're losing out on money. Trust me. So always put heat. Always, no matter how broke it is, always put heat to the other side of the screen, to that camera and that home button. And from here, I'm just putting everything back in place. So, like I said, I was a novice when I was first doing this. Me personally, I will put the back plate on first, line everything up, and then I will put that camera flap, the camera piece and all that stuff. But to each his own. You can follow this. I'm using my star bit screwdriver. I'm using a triangle tip because it has magnets on the top, so it's easy to grip the bolts for me, because my fingers is all goofy and whatnot, so I can't really grab it with just my bare fingers. And it falls off sometimes, and then they fall off the table and get missing. But putting all that together, y'all, this stuff is really actually fun. It's just you have to be very delicate, and it's like an operational procedure. It's cool. And even now, I'm at the point where I'm at now. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still figuring stuff out. Like, I fix phones, and it's like extra problems come up. So it's like, oh my god, like what could it be now? But it's cool because it's like always a challenge, and it makes you. You see how I try to put that last bolt in. I was like, hold on, I wouldn't be able to put the back flap on. That's why I said put the back flap on first, because at the top and at the bottom, as you can see a little bit, it's there's screws that connect with it. See, now I got to unscrew the whole camera part so the back flap can the back plate can fit underneath there. But yeah, so like I was saying, it's always problems that come up. You know what I mean? It's just when you think you learned something, it's always something new. But it's cool though. It keeps you on your toes, and it helps you learn to be professional with speaking with the clients, and you know what I mean. You want to make sure everybody feels comfortable and has the best quality, because that's what we offer here. Customer service and quality too, because that's what we offer here at Brainiac Tech Solutions, man. We all not perfect, but we're gonna make the situation perfect and right. But see here, it's easy. The home button, just put it back in, pop it, pop the cord back together, and then now I'm putting my star bit and putting my triangle bit screws to secure the back plate. Um, you don't really need the home button. Put the home button plate on first. I put the home button plate on last, because you want to put that over top of the back plate. Putting all that together. And most of my customers will tell you, like, it don't take me long to put these screens together. It literally takes me like 30 minutes. You know, people, well, no, I'm not even that type of dude. I ain't gonna say that, but still, you know, it just doesn't take long at all to do this. Only way I can see it could take long is if you have like a line of customers and you know you're just trying to finish something. But even the whole operations of doing it doesn't take long. So, but the home screen, now we have a whole new home screen together. Putting the rest of the piece of little bolts in there. As y'all can tell, y'all really like to talk. I can really talk about this like all day. If y'all ever just want to have like a conversation in the comments, just hit me up and just want to talk about stuff. Like, bro, we could just do it. We could just talk because it's cool. So here comes the culprit. So remember at the beginning of the video, I told y'all it was some little blooper, little bad culprit that was gonna give me some problems. Let me see if y'all caught on to it. Dog, when I mean to tell you, this aggravated me ever since this was the phone that made me change the way I like viewed fixing phone screens. Cause I was like, yo, what in the world? So I put the power on. I always put the power on last. Don't ever plug the battery up until everything's plugged up. So I just turn it on just to make sure it works. So I'm trying to close it. I'm like, son, I know I got the right screen. What in the world? Tripping. It worked. Powered it off. I'm like, okay. Boom. There go the culprit. So I'm like, yo. At the time though, I didn't notice it. You people, I just keep going. I'm like, yo, what in the world? I'm looking at see, I unplugged the battery. Unplug the battery. I'm sorry I had to get serious for a second. Unplug the battery because I opened up the phone and I want to take the screen off. Unplug the battery. Unplug the battery. Unplug the battery. But look, I'm over here tripping like, yo, did I buy the right screen? I'm over here sizing it up like, nah, my screen ain't different for real. Like, hold on, something not right. What in the world? I'm like, they done got me. Something ain't right. But then I'm looking like, oh, come on, bro. Come on, dude. Like, where'd you come from? Who told you to stand there? I was so mad because this video is fast forward. I sat there for like 10 minutes trying to figure out why my screen was not closing. I was so pissed. But you know, patience comes with the job. And look at that. Oh my God. Did she just close? I'll turn it on, show y'all that it works. I do this with all my customers. Before I give back the phone, anything, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna show you. I want you to run through everything to show you that it works properly. And once it works properly, you're on your way. You don't shop, you know, good shopping with you. Shopping Brainiac Tech Solutions. Turn her on, peel her off, test the home button, screen work. You know what I'm saying? Power it off. Boom. Good to go. And that's it. It's another video. More content to come, y'all. I love y'all. Please like, subscribe, share. Peace and blessings.